Здравствуйте, драгоценные подписчики и зрители канала. С вами вновь Князь Облако. Мы продолжаем проходить игру AlanWake. Это 4-я часть. Что ж, пойдемте. Узнаем, кто такой Доктор Хартман.
They are not accountable for their actions, of course.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh,
Hey,
oh my!
take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow, I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
Да ты на неё
She even has a
запал, Барри.
fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? Are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller.
Wait here.
Барри
Easy
нам
there,
не
boy.
очень-то верит.
I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake, I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Да, что
Crazy
случилось с
poachers.
собаком?
Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. You got lucky. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Нифига себе ему повезло. Ему чуть лапу капканом не оторвало.
Okay, boy,
Seriously,
we're
Al,
almost
you
done
can't
here.
just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Здоровенный мамонт. Точнее, то, что от него осталось.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Только гулять нам придется под луной.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him.
Хорош скулить, Барри.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. But you're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Городские парни приехали в деревню. Так он считает. Поселок городского типа. Брайт Фоллс.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Walk through the door now.
Так, ну что ж, давайте почитаем.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Здесь все.
This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge. It had finally...
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin. Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice.
Думаю, даже в конце эпизода лучше показывать страницы эти рукописи, потому что в них действительно много спойлеров, и если прочитать, ну, кто не любит спойлеры, а это большинство людей, хотят постепенно развитие сюжета узнавать. Поэтому лучше я в конце их буду пролистывать каждого эпизода.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
А еще лучше в следующем эпизоде даже. Типа бум-момент. Не особенно такой страшный.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deer Fest plan like?
My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever seem to manage.
Oh, yeah.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know.
Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a large
Никого.
bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
Открыл. Молодец, Алан. Опять ночные ключи.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Не знаю, стоит ли их все просматривать. Довольно-таки интересная история. Помню, когда я проходил, я их все и не смотрел полностью. Поэтому мне сейчас самому интересно.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
No! No!
Rusty? Damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Oh God! Please, help me!
Пошла жара.
Anybody? Help me!
Алан, давай передохни по-быстрому.
Hello?
Алан, шевелись.
Back here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Фига себе.
Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Ну что ж, пригляди за хозяином, Макс. Я постараюсь побыстрее. Явно что-то нехорошее здесь
The only way
прошло.
to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
И это нехорошее, очень большое. Судя по тому, как оно вывернуло ногу Расти и швырнуло его.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Rusty!
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Похоже, мы и Расти потеряем. Какой ты молодец, давай кидай в стену.
something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Печаль.
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license. Obey
the park ranger's instructions
at all times.
Rusty? Rusty, no!
Never.
No approach closer than 100 yards.
To bears and wolves, never approach any other closer than 100 yards.
Все хорош,
Pets must be leashed
at all times.
Never leave your pet unattended.
Еще один стрекозел.
It is
against the law
to remove any natural objects or historical artifacts from the park grounds.
Хорош дергаться.
This includes even
rocks
you may
find along the river,
or even simple berries,
sir.
Да что ты задергался? Нападай хоть на меня. Вот и Расти мы сказали, прости, прощай. Тактично вернулись. Да, ты еще. Так, ну, довольно-таки неплохо, но медленно. Расти очень долго дергался. Не хотел уходить в небытие.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Алан пошутил, что это его воображение так бушует. Тут, по-моему, тоже мини-игра. С этими банками. Или они должны пирамидкой, по-моему, да, они пирамидкой должны стоять. Да не важно. Идем по сюжетной линии. Патрончики.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Вот заглянем в нычечку, потом пойдем на пик влюбленных. Найдем этого гадкого похитителя и постараемся вышибить ему мозги. Но прежде узнаем, где Элис. Бутлегеры здесь хранили товар. Интересненько. Так, ну-ка. Заберем припасики. Так, еще что-нибудь есть? Скорее всего, нету. И на выходе, возможно, встретить кто-нибудь. Такое часто бывает. В этой игре нет. Либо еще рано. Нет никого. Лампочка лопнула. Не к добру. Опять засада. Ну, Аллу уже не привыкать. Так, отходим. Ну, что? Так, стоит ли назад возвращаться? Ну, посмотрим, может там припасы какие-нибудь есть. Ну, хорошо, что вернулись. Так. Здесь ничего, никого. Вряд ли. Ну, хотел срезать немного, но там река. В обход. Никак не пройти. Здесь что у нас? Страница. Ничего нету. Ну и ладно. Лучше передохнуть. Потому что чувствую, как только дойдем до следующего поворота, кто-нибудь обязательно вынырнет из темноты. Недобрая музыка пошла. И тьма сгущается. С этим здоровым мы точно не будем общаться. Нужно ходу давать. побежал, беги резче. Разворачивай. Так, еще чуть-чуть и... Вот так вот. Чуть-чуть. Того нарвались. Ружьё все. Ну что, до контрольной точки тогда и закончим на этом эту серию. Можно было, конечно, пробежать, но Алан выдохся. Я чувствую, не ушел бы, если меня стрелялся. Так, все, контрольная точка. Дальше, чувствую, без ружья будет тяжело. Патронов к нему нету. Пустое ружье — это печаль. Не только для AlanWake. Что ж, драгоценные подписчики, всего доброго, всех благ вам, а также зрителям. Любой зритель очень драгоценен, по крайней мере мне. Жду адекватную критику. Всего доброго.